When you hear the name Natalie Portman, something about it feels different. Maybe it's the image of a young girl stepping onto the screen in the 90s. Maybe it's Queen Amidala standing at the center of the Star Wars universe. Or maybe it's the haunting intensity of Black Swan. But what makes her story remarkable isn't simply that she became famous young. It's that she somehow managed to grow beyond the child star label without letting Hollywood define who she was. Her film career began with Léon, the professional, when she was just a teenager, and almost immediately there was something unusually mature about her screen presence. She followed it with films like Heat and Beautiful Girls, but it was Star Wars, Episode I: The Phantom Menace, that transformed her into an international star, with Portman stepping into the role of Padme Amidala and suddenly becoming recognizable to an entire generation. But here's the thing about Natalie Portman's story. She didn't simply chase bigger movies. At a moment when most young actors would have been running toward Hollywood, she chose something completely different. She went to Harvard, studied psychology, and continued working while deliberately protecting another part of her identity. She has spoken about the self-doubt she experienced there, even while already being a successful actress, and that tension became part of what made her journey so unusual. She wasn't interested in being only a movie star. She wanted to be educated, challenged, and taken seriously on her own terms. And when she returned to acting more fully, the roles became more ambitious. Closer earned her an Academy Award nomination. V for Vendetta showed another side of her range, and then came Black Swan. That film changed everything. Playing Nina Sayers, a ballerina consumed by perfectionism and psychological pressure, Portman pushed herself through months of demanding physical training, eventually delivering the performance that won her the Academy Award for Best Actress. But the Oscar wasn't really the end of the story. It was proof that the former child actress could become something much harder to achieve. An actor capable of moving between blockbuster spectacle, intimate drama, complicated characters, and deeply personal creative work. She played Jane Foster in the Thor films, portrayed Jacqueline Kennedy in Jackie, earning another Oscar nomination, and eventually stepped behind the camera as a director with a tale of love and darkness. And that's where her journey becomes genuinely compelling. Natalie Portman could have been remembered simply as the brilliant child actress who became a Star Wars star. Instead, she kept expanding. Actress, producer, director, student, and one of the rare performers who seemed determined to build a life that existed beyond the spotlight. She has spoken openly about insecurity, expectations, and the pressure to prove herself, and perhaps that's what makes her career feel so human. The roles changed, the hairstyles changed, the franchises changed, but the underlying idea stayed remarkably consistent. Don't let the version of you that other people recognize become the only version of you that exists. What makes Natalie Portman's story so compelling is that she didn't escape being a child star by running away from her past. She grew through it. From Léon to Star Wars, from Harvard to Black Swan, from actress to director, she kept challenging the expectations attached to her. Fame gave her a platform, but curiosity gave her direction. And decades after audiences first watched that remarkably young actress appear on screen, Natalie Portman remains something far more interesting than a former child star. Still evolving, still choosing difficult roles, still creating, and still proving that growing up in the spotlight doesn't have to mean growing into someone the spotlight created.